It's time for Alephium Assemble.
Hello and welcome back to Alephium Assemble, episode number 13. We have a lot to cover today, so first let me quickly refresh your memory on last episode because we crammed in so much. Of course, we celebrated the launch of Powfi on Testnet, even though it hadn't launched for Carla and I. We also talked about Henry the Coder, your favorite Solidity to Ralph translation tool, their new updates, and a hackathon that was going on in France. We also discussed Chain Reaction, the new and very addictive game from No Trust Verify. There's more to say about that today. And we also told you that we would be hosting an X Space with Ilias, Pavel and Hongchao, three of our core devs who worked on Powfi, and we did, and it went very well, apart from a little technical glitch with my microphone. Hopefully today my microphone will be good. Thank you very much. Yes, it was a lot to cram in. Actually, today we have even more to cram in, so I will be talking faster than usual. But first, let me introduce my wonderful co-host, as always, Carla. Welcome back from the slopes. How was your holiday? How are you doing?
Hi, Pepper. Thank you so much. I'm good, thanks. My holiday last week was actually really nice. I was in mountains skiing, so that felt really great. I did have to answer a few messages and work a bit here and there, but honestly, it was fine. I still managed to enjoy it, so that's nice. And now I'm paying the price through. There is a lot to catch up on this week. I basically have zero time and I'm working from morning to night, but back to reality.
I totally understand. Yeah, I had the same situation when I was on holiday a few weeks ago. It's extra work when you come back, but as people say, the devil makes work for idle hands. So always good to keep busy. And nobody is more glad to have you back than me, because I've been looking forward to recording this episode because I know that there's an exciting new update for you to talk about, and it's something that's been kept pretty much under wraps. So in today's episode, we will go over some updates from Powfi about the staking page and rewards and stuff like that. We will talk about Carla's big news. I won't spoil it now. We're going to go through the Cryptosphere Hackathon and its impressive winners, and there's some really cool stuff came out of that. We'll talk more about X Spaces and, of course, your favorite part, Carla's ecosystem review. And if you make it all the way to the end, I will have a bonus section for you there.
Okay.
Move fast and break things. If you don't know that quote, it actually comes from Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, Meta, etc., etc. It's about innovation, taking risks, and experimenting. And that is what basically we're asking you to do for Powfi. That is what the testnet is about. So first, let me give you an update on what has changed since the first day of testnet. Of course, we launched Powfi, you guys started testing it, and there was some really good feedback and questions and a little bit of confusion, and it mostly centered around the staking page. So then Ilias, the front-end dev, he went and deployed a series of updates, which I will tell you now. He did some page reorganization so that staked balances and associated pending rewards are displayed side by side for better clarity. He improved the XAlph layout for advanced users and XAlph DeFi strategies. He updated some descriptions, just clearer text basically. And he introduced flexible unstaking options, so users can choose to unstake immediately to XAlph or convert to Alph after a 30-day period. This is subject to change, so it's constantly evolving. And what they call a future-ready design, so basically adding space for more staking statistics and data for the future. Now, after all of that happened, the devs basically sat down and said, there's probably deeper changes that we need to make here, and so they are working on those right now. So as of 25th of February, which is today for Carla and I, they have put the page on, well, they've hidden it basically and said, we are working on big changes to the staking experience, please stay tuned. By the time you watch this video, the page may have reopened, so you can ignore that. But yeah, I can't say for sure if it is back up. If not, please remain patient. The devs are hard at work. Now the next thing, rewards. I'm getting a lot of questions. There's so many questions about rewards. As you know, we have said testers will be rewarded, and also that useful bug reports will be made via Discord. Now, maybe we should have been a bit clearer, a bit more specific about this, but we didn't fully understand what we would need to reward yet, right? We're in new ground too. So quite a few people thought that they would generally just get paid for testing out Powfi. I love your optimism. That kind of wishful thinking is wonderful. Please bring more of that positive energy to Alephium. Unfortunately, we cannot pay everyone just for testing it. This is a public open source space. So here is what does and doesn't count. Number one, bug reports about the bridge specifically do not count. It's not part of the scope for Powfi testing. New bug reports for things that we haven't found yet and that other people haven't found yet will be rewarded, yes, and the devs are keeping track of who are making these very helpful submissions. You can, number three, you can also suggest improvements and constructive criticism and get rewarded for it. So it's not just finding bugs. If you can help progress and make the decks even better and staking even better, please do so through the Discord channel, the correct Discord channel. If you just throw out loose ideas somewhere in a Telegram chat, it won't be tracked and may get lost, and someone else might even submit it as their own idea to snipe your rewards. So don't do that. Number four, this is not a pay-as-you-go bug bounty or idea bounty. The payments will be batched for efficiency. So, you know, you will get paid at some point if you have qualified. Now, I also just want to point out that the ALF, the coin ALF, that testers are receiving from the faucet or being sent for the Powfi Testnet, it's not real ALF. Guys, it's not real ALF. It has no value. It's a real token, a real coin, but it has no value and you can't trade it in anywhere. A lot of people have been trying to farm the system, and that's been causing issues to the faucet. Again, I love your wishful thinking and optimism, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. That ALF is worthless, and we're not doing a point scheme, so the ALF that you have left cannot be converted. That's basically it. I hope that's very clear. Basically, don't try and do anything other than test Powfi with that ALF. I really hope that's clear. If it's not, go down to the comments and ask your questions about the testnet ALF. And now I will rest my voice and hand over to Carla, who has some wonderful alpha, and I know that her and her team have been working on this solidly for quite a while. And yes, Carla, please spill the beans.
Yeah, thank you, Pepper, for all this news. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Alphland. Maybe you already heard about it. So for those who don't know or don't remember, Alphland is basically our dApp Explorer. It lists all the dApps that are currently live on Alephium and helps users to discover what exists across the ecosystem. Originally, Alphland was built by a member of our community, Fugashu. So first of all, huge shout out to him for creating it. He did an amazing job putting together the first version and making it useful for everyone. But over the time, it didn't necessarily have the bandwidth to keep updating it. And at the same time, we really wanted to improve it and push it further. So we decided to bring Alphland in-house and dedicated proper time and effort to it. The first step was a big cleanup. We reviewed all the listed dApps, reorganized the categories, updated the informations, basically making sure everything was accurate and easy to navigate again. Then we started adding new features. One of the biggest additions is bounties. The idea is pretty simple. Project building on Alephium will be able to post bounties for the community, paid in half, and anyone can contribute. Not your cat, Pepper, sorry. But everyone who has some competencies and some skills could contribute in bounties. So these bounties can be marketing related, like creating content or video, or more technical, like finding bugs or helping building some specific features. So it creates direct links between builders and the community. We also added an ecosystem map and a full resources section. This part is really important because Alphland isn't just a directory, it's becoming a real ecosystem hub. So if someone wants to learn, for example, how to borrow or how to DeFi on Alephium, they will be able to go into resources section and find curated guides, videos, and tutorials. And these resources are organized by DApp and by language, English, French, and more over the time. We don't create it ourselves, these resources, we just curated on different websites. And also we ask some funders to give some. We also introduced profiles. Project can create sponsor profile to post bounties, and community members can create profiles to participate and contribute. So this is a big evolution for Alphland. It's really a platform built for the community and for the ecosystem, a place where users, builders, and contributors can all connect and grow together. I'm gonna stop talking about Alphland because I think it's already too much, but please, if you're watching this video, I think Alphland is live, so you could easily go and test it. It will be not perfect at the start, but please let us know what do you think, and we could improve with the time.
Well done, Carla. Well done also, YYM Baby.
Yeah.
Few quiet clicks for you guys. Yeah, so much hard work. Kudos. I'm thinking this is going to be a space that people are going to use a lot and even more over time. It should make my job easier too. I think there's great marketing opportunities there. Yes, on to the next thing. Well done again, Carla. But I was logged in to LinkedIn the other day, enjoying my favorite boomer business website, when I suddenly got loads of notifications from the builders at the Cryptosphere Hackathon. And I saw some really good posts. One was from the organizer of the event, and another one was from the winner of the DeFi track. But what I know is that some of these young builders were building on Alephium or using Alephium tools. So I would love to ask you how many projects were built, what were they building, and what do you know so far about the winning DApp?
Yeah, so that was actually a real cool initiative for those who don't really know. So we participate in this student hackathon in France, organized by Cryptosphere Dauphine, which is a student association that promotes, crypto, blockchain, and emerging technology across the country. And it was a great opportunity for us to support a grassroots initiative, connect with young builders, and do it in a very cost-efficient way. So we jumped on it. We received several projects built on Alephium during the hackathon, and honestly, they were all really interesting in different ways. Some explored DeFi, some went into more experimental or real-world use case, but in the end, we had to pick one winner. And the winner of the DeFi track and on Alephium was Trove. So Trove is basically a trustless freelance and reputation platform. So you could think of it as a blockchain-powered Upwork, but fully peer-to-peer. The idea is that a client and a freelancer interact through an escrow smart contract. Both parties put down a bond, milestone payment, and locked on chain, and funds are only released when both sides confirm the work is completed. There is also an arbitration mechanism in case of disputes, and an on-chain reputation registry. What really what we really like about Trove is that it addresses a real-world coordination problem, trust between strangers, and uses Alephium strengths like low fees, the SUTXO model, to build something really practical beyond pure DeFi speculation.
Every day, thousands of freelancers and companies find each other online. They want to work together. They have the skills, the budget, the ambition, but then they hit the same wall: trust. A company in Berlin finds a developer in Lagos. He's the right person for the job, but sending $5,000 in crypto to a stranger? Nobody signs that wire. So they go through a platform, Upwork, Malt, Fiverr, and they hand over 15 to 20% of every single transaction. For a freelancer earning $50,000 a year, that's up to $10,000, gone every year. Not for a better service, just for the illusion of safety. And on the other side, the freelancer who skips the platform and works direct, he delivers. He sends the invoice, and then he waits. 1 week, 2 weeks, no response. The client disappears. 80 hours of work for nothing. Too expensive or too dangerous. There's nothing in between. Until now. What you're seeing on screen is Trove, a trustless escrow protocol built natively on Alephium.
So they had a solid front end, a clear documentation, and even a video demo, which was really amazing. And it was much easier to evaluate the project as a full product and not just as a concept. Of course, it's still early stage. The user flow is quite complex and will need a further polish, audits, probably legal consideration if it goes further. But it was an hackathon project built in only 48 hours, so it was very impressive. So kudos to Trove, who won the $500 prize, and kudos also to all participants. They already have received a Tangem hardware wallet, which integrates Alephium, of course. So everyone walked away with something. It was really encouraging to see students building on Alephium, exploring use cases beyond the usual DeFi templates. And I'm really happy about this hackathon and about this winner.
Very happy about it too. I think Trove did a fantastic job, and they shared some really good updates on LinkedIn that got quite a lot of engagement. So yeah, I'm excited to see where that can go, and if it does, become a useful tool on Alephium. I think it has all of the ingredients to do so. I am very happy always to hear about things being built on Alephium. It gives us things to talk about. So thank you very much for that, Carla. And speaking of things being built on Alephium, we hosted an X-Space last week with Paweł, Ilias and Hongqiao, as I've mentioned, from the core Alephium team. Thank you, big thank you to everyone who tuned in, and to the 34 people who minted a Presence Protocol NFT to try and win some ALF from the Blockflow Alliance DAO. They put up 5 100 ALF prizes, and the winners were awarded them. So thank you very much. I'm very happy to work with Carla on these X Spaces, although she wasn't there this time. Hopefully she will be for the next one. Now, I can reveal that we have kind of mapped out the next few X Spaces, but the order may change. The one that won't change, our next X Space, is now confirmed, and you probably know this because it's on our X timeline. It's with Lukasz and Philip from the Blockchain Collab, which is the company that built Henry the Coder, or Henry Coder. We know now it's just Henry Coder. We asked for confirmation. That's going to be really interesting. I want to learn more about their tool, and I just think it's very useful for the whole ecosystem. After that, I can't confirm the order, but as well as having ecosystem projects, we want to get different voices in there. So we will do a community chat with some of our some of our community leads, and they've already confirmed, but I won't tell you who it is just yet. But you'll know them if you're active in Alephium, because these are names that pop up quite a lot. So I'm very excited to talk with them. And we also have a X-Base coming up with a DApp that's currently on private testnet. We haven't shared much about these, so you may have not heard of them. But some of you who've been around in Alephium a lot longer, maybe you have. So I won't spoil that one, but just know that behind the scenes, there's always a lot of stuff happening and being progressed. So looking forward to those future X Spaces. And yeah, if you are an Alephium Maxi, do try and attend. Of course, Blockflow Alliance DAO puts up a reward for every single one. So yeah, we want to get more voices on there. Now, I also want to hear another voice, and Carla, it's yours. And that's because I am eagerly awaiting the ecosystem review.
Welcome to the bi-weekly Alephium Ecosystem Review.
Yeah,
Take it
let's
away.
go. Let's go. So let's start with links because they have clearly entered a new phase. We are seeing real traction building now, not just early curiosity, because their TVL jumped from around 130K to over 330K recently. So that's pretty strong signal for a young lending protocol. They also officially listed on DeFi Llama, which is important because it gives more visibility and transparency around growth and activity. On the user side, they have been pushing hard on deposit and usage, especially on USDT. We have seen APYs climbing at some points, even crossing 18%, plus incentive campaigns like triple points on USDT deposit. And, you know, we will have a share of the 20 million links token rewards. So that's really nice. Now, on the infrastructure and community builders side, we also saw something interesting around IIN. As some of you noticed, the IIN front end went down temporarily, and within days, community builders, Mini Judy, who you mostly of you already know her, rebuilt a classic open source interface so users could still access pools, exit position, and keep operating. That's a really good example of what a resilient ecosystem looks like. Even, you know, when something breaks, builders step in and keep things running. She also added some additional features like single LP staking support. So it's actually evolving. It's a patch, a temporary patch. So let's see. But in case you need it, you have it. On the DeFi side, again, Alephium has been quite active. They have continued their buyback and burn mechanism on XC, reducing supply and reinforcing their tokenomics. You used to it now because I speak about that like every week. And more recently, they have integrated a white label version of the chain reaction game originally built by No Trust Verify. So now it's cool because you are seeing DeFi and on-chain gaming starting to blend together. So liquidity incentives, burns, and gamified mechanism all reinforcing each other. Speaking of which, chain reaction itself has been leveling up quite a bit. The game is now fully live and evolving with new features, custom fee recipient addresses, dynamic price adjustment when activity slows down, and fully customization when creating games. So I'm not gonna explain what is it because you know a chain reaction game now. I hope so. If it's not the case, please go and test it. So that's pretty much for the ecosystem review. I think with Powfi, Alphland, the hackathon, we have done a lot this past 2 weeks. So thank you everyone for following all this news, and also kudos to all the Alephium team who is working really hard to make this happen.
Nicely done, Carla. Fantastic. Love to hear about all the stuff that's going on. It's busy times.
Yes.
As you know, coming back from holiday with a big inbox of stuff to do. Well, February, despite being the shortest month of the year, has felt very long because we launched Powfi and have had a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes. So I don't want to keep you too much longer. I told you at the start, if you stick around to the end, I have a bonus section for you. So that is this. I'm going to explain the future of staking, ALF staking on Powfi. And this is fresh information that I literally got 20 minutes ago from Mika and Ilias. So this is as new to me as it is to you, but this is it. So listen up. Number one, the price of XALF in ALF terms, not in fiat terms, can only go up proportional to the rewards generated by Powfi. Number two, it's liquid staking. You deposit ALF, you get XALF. You can move XALF around and use it for liquidity providing and looping. Number three, the UI will be simplified. You'll see how much XALF you have in your wallet, their value in ALF, and the current XALF price. Ideally, you'll also see a staking APR. Number four, if you stake early, the price of XALF will be lower. You'll get more XALF. Number five, unstaking currently takes 30 days. This may change, that figure is arbitrary for now, and allows you to get back your ALF according to the current XALF price. A little bit complicated to get this, but we will explain more in the future. Number six, to skip the 30-day unlock period, users always have the option to swap their XALF for ALF or for something else. Number seven, the earlier you stake, the less ALF you'll need to spend for the same amount of XALF. In other words, the earlier you stake, the more XALF you get for your ALF. And number eight, this all ties into the fact that one XALF will always be worth more than one ALF, and this exchange rate will only keep increasing. So I hope those of you who stuck around for the end of the video now feel a bit clearer about ALF staking on Powfi. And if you don't worry, because you can go back a couple of minutes and listen to it again, or you can wait for some social media or blog updates that will come in the future with a much clearer explanation, and hopefully I'll get Mika to make some cool little diagrams too. And that, Carla, is about it. We've shoved in so much information to this episode. Yeah. I'm sure our viewers are absolutely brain fried now and exhausted, but I hope it hasn't been too painful to listen to us talk for the last 26.5 minutes. Now you are completely up to date on everything Alephium. Congratulations, here's your medal, and go and have a wonderful day. Carla, how can people follow Alephium?
People can just start by liking this video because it's really important. Comment this video, and then you could easily follow Alephium on every social media. So starting by Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and so on.
Yes, and that's about it. Thank you so much, Carla. Glad to have you back, and thank you to the viewers for tuning in, watching, and getting updated.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's time for Alephium Assemble.